With the effects of global warming becoming more prevalent each day, everyday activities such as bicycling have become more important issues in urban development worldwide. Carbon monoxide, nitrogen gases, and other dangerous organic compounds would decrease in the ground level ozone and the Earth's atmosphere as a result of an increase in biking numbers.
Former Mayor Richard J. Daley and his son, current lame duck Mayor Richard M. Daley, both avidly expressed their support of bicycling in Chicago, adding over 100 miles of bicycle lanes to the city's streets. Richard M. Daley created the Mayor's Bicycle Advisory Council, stating, "My goal is to make the city of Chicago the most bicycle-friendly city in the United States." Despite these gains, the Active Transportation Alliance feels that the mayor has not done enough to secure the safety of the city's bicyclists. In 2008, 3,385 Illinois bicyclists were seriously injured in car collisions, and 27 were killed. Chicago's injured cyclists make up about one-half of these injuries, and Chicago typically has 5 deaths annually. Ethan Spotts, spokesperson for the AVA, said, "Education and enforcement should be focused on where it can have the greatest impact for everyone's safety, and that is obviously more focused on motorists." Spotts believes that drivers need to be informed about cyclists and the dangers they face in order for the staggering statistics of bicycling injuries and deaths to dwindle down.
Bicyclist, I'd see stories about cyclists getting killed in the news, and I would, just be outraged by them. Not really know exactly how to express that. We tend to treat it like a statistic. It's like it used to be maybe a one-sentence mention, if at all, in the paper. Never any follow-up about the cyclist's name. It was just kind of like, oh well, another cyclist, And I thought that was wrong. I think that the whole city should know.
While the impact of bike accidents on the city of Chicago has not been substantial in magnitude, it has had a profound impact on individual families who have lost loved ones to these accidents, and has established organizations dedicated to bike safety across the United States. Alicia France was riding her bike on her 32nd birthday when she was hit by a car and killed. Her community and family remembered her death when a bicycle spray-painted white was placed on the street corner of the accident. This form of recognition was initiated by the Ghost Bike organization, a grassroots movement of bikers who raise awareness of bike safety in the global community's urban areas. Beginning in St. Louis, Missouri, the Ghost Bike organization has spread throughout the United States urban centers and around the world. Many bikers, such as Howard Kaplan, believe that the city of Chicago should take responsibility for these deaths. Kaplan has worked with the Ghost Bike movement for 10 years and has devoted his life to the cause of bike safety.
It was for freedom from myself and from the land. I made a lot of mistakes.
It's real easy to get behind the wheel of a car and feel like everything is regulated. Like I'm driving along, there's a bicycle. Oh, the bicyclist must have enough room because otherwise they wouldn't plan the street to have the bicycle there. And I think if you give people opportunity to kind of, at least have one moment where they stop and reflect, they see the ghost bike and they go, what is that? Oh, it's a monument for a cyclist that was hit by a car. Or if they see a news story, or if there's something on the evening news, I personally believe that it can make a big difference, even if somebody has a reason to stop and reflect just once.
If anybody is killed just trying to get from one place to another in the city. We should have a living space where you can move about safely. That should be one of the basic considerations.
Chicago still remains a dangerous place for its citizens to ride their bicycles due to the lack of safety regulations applied to motor vehicles and the dismal efforts to raise awareness of the issue that has been ending many lives. The 27 bike riders killed in Chicago in 2008 were all a direct result of unfortunate encounters with drivers that were either talking or texting on the phone while driving or unaware of their responsibilities. The fading lines dividing Chicago's streets for bikers and drivers resembled the fading efforts of the city government to improve its biking infrastructure. So how does biker safety relate to the environment? The dangers of Chicago's bike riding scene has had a direct impact on the biking participation in the city, forcing many to increase their carbon footprint and resort to driving gas-guzzling vehicles. If Chicago were to take the steps to improve its biking infrastructure, people would be willing to take the steps in reducing their carbon footprint by using their bicycles as a primary source of transportation. The white bikes dispersed throughout Chicago streets remind the citizens of its poor biking infrastructure that takes the lives of many. The emotions that rush through a person when they see a white bike at an intersection identify the motivations behind making Chicago a safer place to ride a bicycle.
I think it's really important to look at just physically how the environment is set up based on the expectation that everybody is going to be driving everywhere. And if you could get beyond that, you would need so much less space just to get people from A to B. There would be so much more you could do with that space. Your city could be more compact. You wouldn't have this sprawl, which is further locking us into having to pollute and having people need to have 3-hour commutes every day in order to get to work or to get to where they need. So I don't like the way it sounds when you suggest that the bicycle is like the answer to environmental problems. But if we could rearrange our living space based on not driving everywhere, and the car not being the center of all trips, the city would just be a safer and a healthier environment to live in.
Meet me in Chicago, down by the waterline. Stepped across the Gold Coast, stepped into this heart of mine.